Hello to all my friends out there. So I decided to do a quick video, how to stay healthy if in a SHTF. Okay, the first thing you have to worry about is malnutrition. Nobody is going to withstand malnutrition, so you just don't want to go there. That's one of the reasons you want to stockpile food. When I took my friend to the food bank, if that's all the food you had, it might not be so good. I have seen street people in our area that improved greatly when they had a sack lunch for lunch. You know, in the park they would get a sandwich and a fruit. I don't know, some kind of little meal. And I mean, I have been around malnutrition so much, now I can tell when I see someone who's got it. So here's a little basic meal plan. Cereal and milk for breakfast. You can use shelf-stable milk from Dollar Tree. Sandwich and tea for lunch with maybe a fruit. Dinner, meat, potato, sweet potato, rice, fruit, and vegetable. And you're going to need some oil. And then some vitamins, especially vitamin C. And that's why I stockpile this stuff. You know, just put a little bit in your tea. So you want to stockpile to avoid malnutrition. Get your food at the food bank if you need it, and then use your food stamps to buy, you know, fill in your food. Okay, you want to guard against virus and bacteria. The best way to avoid them is to avoid coming in contact with them. Some of the bacteria can be airborne. Viral is usually bloodborne. But mainly you want to avoid contaminated places and people. Food and water contamination. Okay, mostly your food contamination would be contaminated by humans, food handlers. So that's one good reason for eating at home. And also you can guarantee the freshness of your food. You know, at most of the time when you have the flu, they say what you really have is a mild case of food poisoning. I tend to agree because I haven't been sick in years and years and years and years and years. And you've seen what I cook, you know, it's about the cheapest food ever. Okay, clean water. Okay, one of the things, you know, if you're in a flood, you have to worry about is contaminated water. One of the concerns is heavy metals in the water. So where might these heavy metals come from? Well, they could come from the chemtrails, you know, in the rainwater. That would be bad. Mostly, if you can possibly afford it, if you refill your water bottles, out here I can refill mine for 35 cents a gallon. So you want to be careful with your drinking water. If not, you know, you can't afford bottled water. They have those filters and stuff you can buy at Target, better than nothing. Exposure to the elements. Okay, if you don't have proper shelter in time, probably it is going to kill you. One of my customers, her husband was drinking a lot, and they found his body up, you know, behind the Walmart. He had died of exposure, so it can happen. Attack from other people. People could attack you if things get bad for your resources. So you have to be aware of dangerous people. Attack from our enemies inside and outside of the country. We've seen evidence of that. You know, we just had here in San Diego a synagogue, of all places, attacked. A senseless attack. Just trying to go to church. That was a Lulu. We had the attack in theaters. That was another senseless, stupid, senseless attack. Okay, unsanitary living conditions. You want to keep your dwelling, you know, I'm a terrible housekeeper, but I manage to keep myself clean enough so that I don't sicken myself. Mainly if you take your garbage out and you contain your dirty clothes, and you know, you need a clean, dry place to sleep. You know, keep your sheets clean and your body clean. Infections. A lot of times infections are worsened by malnutrition. No medical care. You know, if things got really bad, people might not have good medical care. In the day, a broken bone would kill you. Infections can kill you. Overcrowding. Okay, you know, they're trying to downplay the overcrowding issue. The last apartment I lived in, I said, I'm the best tenant you got. You know why? And he said, why? And I said, because I'm the only one living in this apartment. You know, there was like families, huge families living in these one-bedroom apartments. They don't care. But there is a lot of wear and tear on the dwelling, that's for sure. And also, on the bottom where I lived, the neighbors would, at night, they would fold out beds in the living room, wall to wall, and God knows how many people were sleeping there. They used the apartment just for sleeping. I would expect to see more of that. Now that is not good, because you're all breathing in each other's air. Animals, you got to be careful, because they can contaminate your living area if they're not house trained. Also, they used to say disease was host specific. Otherwise, people wouldn't catch animal disease, and animals wouldn't catch people disease. And I have always thought that had to be baloney. Okay, I used to work in hair salons, and you know, everyone would get sick all the time except for me. And I think a lot of it had to do with unsanitary living conditions. You know, I work with them, and I mentioned to you guys, I would work in like these really ratty shops with no air and stuff. But when I got home, I walked straight into the house, took a bath, turned the air up on high. And that was one of the major disputes in the last place I lived, is maintaining the air conditioner. You know, like when I came home, it clicked on. Don't have that problem here. Okay, and heat, you know, you're gonna, if you're not exposed to cold, you're less apt to catch cold. A lot of people deny that, and they say, no, it's germs and bacteria. Oh, really? Why are you always sick and I never am? Okay, and then just being plain unsanitary. Like, I'll just mention a few I saw. I mean, and anybody would know this. Eat off your spoon, lick it off, and put it back in the refrigerator. I'm going, really? I mean, I would see her do this day. I go, are you kidding? Mop the floor with the toilet water. You know, like, okay, I cleaned my toilet, so now it's safe to, oh my goodness. Wash your hands with no soap. That is the all-time one of them. I mean, I could go on and on. You know, just common sense. Wash your hands with soap and water. You know, keep your body clean. Keep your bed clean. You know, all these are basic things, but some of these can go out the window if you start suffering extreme economic hardship. That's why you want to stockpile your food. Even if, say, you manage to stockpile 75% of your food and you only had to buy like 25% of your food, you would stand a better chance of not getting malnutrition. You know, cereal and milk, if you select your cereal, is a complete protein. A lot of this stuff you'll see is lack of protein. If you eat a meat and cheese sandwich, I've been stockpiling my freezer full of lunch meat and cheese. Meat, you know, that turkey burger that I bought, I'm going to be piling my freezer full of that stuff. Potatoes, sweet potatoes, and rice, and then frozen vegetables. Any kind of fruit you want, you can get your hands on. You don't want to run out of oil. Also, you know, if you can get eggs, those are really going to help you too. Okay, you guys. God bless you all.